right, shalom, shalom.
Shalom.
So first and foremost, we want to start by giving all praises to
Yahweh,
Bahashem, Yahweh Shai,
Bahashem,
Bahashem
Rakakadash.
Rakakadash. Double honors to the true leaders of the nation of Israel. Peace and salutations to all the Sensei Akim, enduring afflictions, making their calling and election sure. Shalom.
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 It's your brother Kabar.
It's Brother Yitazakah.
Brother Karat.
And back with another one. This one's going into a topic called Rule Well, Ye Judges of the Earth. So I can start here in 1 Timothy. Is 1 Timothy 5:17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine.
Khan, can you go into that word well?
Okay. Strong's G2573. Kalos. It says because finely, excellently, rightly, so that there shall be no room for blame.
Yeah, so when you're, because we're trying to be, we're aspiring to be judges of the earth. If you want to be a judge of the earth, then you have to be without blame. You have to be blameless. You know, you have to rule well, man. You have to be without blame. Can you read that definition one more time?
Khan. Beautifully, finely, excellently, rightly, so that there shall be no room for blame.
Yeah, you rule beautifully, rightly. You rightly rule. You rightly divide the word of truth. You rightly rule so that there's no room for blame. You want to be blameless in the sight of the Heavenly Father and blameless before men. You know, you want to be a blameless individual, so you want to rule well. You know, you want to be a righteous judge.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Khan. We get that rule while we're here, or
Khan.
Strong's G4291. Poistemi. It says to set or place before, to set over, to be over, to superintend, preside over.
Mm-hmm. And he said that he's gonna set him over all his good, all his works, right? That's what Lord Yahweh Shai says. So he's gonna he'll who that endures to the end. He's gonna set them up over all his works. Salaki, I'm roughly paraphrasing there. You know, maybe I can grab that.
Khan. It says to be a protector or guardian, to give aid, to care for, give attention to, profess honest occupations.
Mm-hmm. Can I read that one more time? Probably
Khan. For that word rule, it says to set or place before, and it says to set over, to be over, to superintend, preside over, to be a protector or guardian, to give aid. And the fourth one, it says to care for, give attention to, profess honest honest occupations.
Mm-hmm. Yep, honest occupations. Yes, because doesn't the scriptures talk about how we'll be ministers of righteousness? It says that they'll be laboring, but we'll be the ministers of righteousness. Doesn't it say that in the scripts? It's a lot. Maybe I need to grab that too. But we'll be the ministers of righteousness. And if you're going to be a minister of righteousness, then what you need to be doing is you need to be able to judge right. You know, you need to be able to judge right. And I wanted to grab that.
I'll pull it up.
So I can bear with just a second.
Mm-hmm. I'll read it again. 1 Timothy 5:17. Let the elders that rule well be counted worthy of double honor, especially they who labor in the word and doctrine. You know, and we got a whole lesson lined up going into the work. You know, this is different work. You know, we go to work. You know, if someone has a 9 to 5, that's work. You know, and the Lord tells you that 6 days thou shalt work, shalt labor. You know, this right here, this isn't that type of labor. You know, it says labor in word and doctrine. You know, goes into a thing taught, teaching, instructing. It's very important that we have, you know, particular elders, you know, who's going to rule well, you know.
Spiky, brother, you find out your ties.
Oh, I go out.
You set him over all that he has.
Oh, Luke 12.
God.
Looks like Luke 12 and 42. There's a couple times.
Mm-hmm.
Starting 42.
Like it, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's
Psalm 42.
yep.
This is in St. Luke chapter 12 and verse 42. It says, "And the Lord, Yahushua, said, Who then is that faithful and wise steward, whom his Lord shall make ruler over his household, to give them their portion of meat in due season?"
Yeah. So who is that faithful and wise steward, man? You have to be that faithful and wise steward, because that's who's gonna be who the Lord shall make ruler over his household, man. You know, that's who he's gonna make ruler over all his household, that faithful and wise steward. You know? He shall find, it says, blessed is that servant whom his Lord, when he cometh, shall find so doing. Doing what? Being the doer of the word. You know, he has to be that doer of the word. And that's going to be that wise steward. And he's going to make him ruler over all he has. And that goes into being a person who rules well. You know?
Yep. Right? Because that definition of well, it goes into the occupation, right? That was where we got it.
Yep.
You know? Yep.
There was another one I wanted to grab. Let me grab that real quick.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because that's how the kingdom is going to be established. You know, starting with the judges, all right, who is set in place by the Most High. You know? The apostles, you know, the ones that were sent. You know? Lord, well, we those men, you know? But there's particular men who are meant to rule well. You know, who are meant to judge, you know, righteous judgments like the scriptures say. You know, and establish, all right, a new kingdom. You know, so we got to start doing it on this side. Lord willing, we could, you know, be actually those men that's been spoken of in the scriptures.
Actually, we can go to the next one. We'll grab that.
John 7. This is in St. John 7. And we starting at 20, right? Or
we can start at verse 20.
St. John 7 and 20 says, "The people answered and said, Thou hast a devil who goeth about to kill thee. Yahushua answered and said unto them, I have done one work, and ye all marvel. Moses therefore gave unto you a circumcision. It says, not because it is of Moses, but of the fathers, and ye on the Sabbath day circumcise a man." Verse 23, "If a man on the Sabbath day receive circumcision, that the law of Moses should not be broken, are ye angry at me, because I have made a man every whit whole on the Sabbath day?" It says, verse 24,
Verse 24 is the point.
"Judge not according to the appearance, but judge righteous judgment."
Yeah, see, that's the point. You know, you can't judge according to the appearance of things, because if you look at the appearance of things, you say, "Oh, he's not supposed to be doing that." You know, according to the law, he's not supposed to be doing that. But a righteous judge would look at the whole matter, and he would say, "Hey, you know what? What is he doing? Let's get to the heart of the matter. What's the heart of the matter? Is he showing love? Is that the heart of the matter? Like he's showing love to another person. You know, he's doing something righteous. He's showing love to another person. So, and you know, by virtue of that fact, he's not condemned. He's showing love because there's no law against love. So a righteous judge will be able to see that. And you have to judge not according to the appearance of things, but you have to make the right judicial movements based on, you know, judging a matter beyond its appearance.
Yeah, some Todd.
Yeah. If I may, this is a little passage. St. John 8.
Okay.
1 through 14.
I found the other one I was looking for too.
I mean, 15. So like.
Con, you want to get that real quick, or?
Just can I just add to it?
Yeah, go ahead.
This is Isaiah 61 and 6. Because ultimately, this is where we're headed. I wanted to bring out, you know, because this is the ending destination. You know.
Con, this is the book of the prophet Isaiah 61 and 6. It says, "But ye shall be named priest of the Lord Yahweh." It says, "Men shall call you the ministers of our power. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and in their glory ye shall boast yourselves."
Yeah, kind of. You see that? So we're going to end up being the priests of the Lord, man. We're going to end up being the men that are called the ministers of the Most High Power, we're gonna be minding the Lord's business. You know, ultimately, you're gonna be minding the Lord's business, man. So you have to be able to rule well and to be proper judges on the planet, man. You know what I mean?
You read 8 too?
Jump to 8.
Mm-hmm.
It says, verse 8, "For I, the Lord Yahweh, love judgment. I hate robbery for burnt offering, and I will direct their work in truth, and I will make an everlasting covenant with them."
Yeah, so the Most High, he loves judgment. Not to say he loves to see somebody get their wig split to the white meat. He ain't talking about that. You know, he loves judgment. Salah. Let me make sure. It says that he loves judgment. It says, "For I, the Lord, love judgment. I hate robbery for burnt offerings, and I would direct their work in truth." So the Most High loves judgment. And what is judgment? Is basically wisdom. He loves you to operate within wisdom and judge a matter correctly.
Decision making.
That's right. That's right. So not just judgments, you know, bringing down the hammer or the axe on something. You know, he likes when you think a thing through and you judge righteous, you know, according to the wisdom that the Most High has imparted in you. You know.
Kana.
So that's where we're headed, though. We're supposed to be ministers of the power, the Most High power, man. You know, you can't be out here just being like, you know, call halal, the man got smacked by a bus. You know what I'm saying? You know, we're supposed to be ministers of the Most High power.
Bro.
You know?
This base is hell, man. I got so, you got something good?
Nah, I'm gonna hold it for later.
I got a quick passage too. I know I said this St. John 8.
What you got?
It's Isaiah 5 and 20 through 23.
Khan, read it for you.
Khan.
This is the book of the prophet Isaiah 5, and you said 20.
5 and 20 through 23.
Khan, verse 20. "Woe unto them that call evil good and good evil, that put darkness for light and light for darkness, that put bitter for sweet and sweet for bitter. Woe unto them that are wise in their own eyes and prudent in their own sight." It says, "Woe unto them that are mighty to drink wine, and men of strength to mingle strong drink, which justify the wicked for reward, and take away the righteousness of the righteous from him."
Yeah, take away the righteousness of the righteous from him. You know what I'm saying? Like, Yahweh Shemashah said, "Woe unto you." You know what I'm saying? So, really, that's the people you want to watch out for the judgment to come to. You know what I'm saying? Like, you thinking about just judgments, and you like, okay, call Yahweh Shemashah for this nigga getting knocked off. He was wicked. You know what I'm saying? You thinking about it from that aspect. You know what I'm saying? Shit. You better think about it from this aspect. The ones who gonna really get knocked off is the ones who not judging with proper judgment. You know what I'm saying? The ones that's not judging righteously. You know what I'm saying? Who taking away the righteousness of the righteous from them. Them the ones who really got something to look for. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Because we read it. Oh, you gonna add something about Salakia?
You got it.
I was gonna add one more point, Salak. In that Isaiah 61 and 8, it says, "I hate robbery for burnt offering." You know what I'm saying? So you try to take away the righteousness of the righteous from them and be like, "Oh, Yahweh Shemashah did you a service." Yahweh Shemashah, he hates that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, bring me the right, bring me mercy. You know what I'm saying?
The right sacrifice.
Kind, bro.
For me.
I would rather mercy than sacrifice.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Mercy rejoiceth against judgment. You know?
Yep. Obedience is better than sacrifice.
Kind, brother.
Obey what I tell you to do.
God, which is to judge righteously.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I had that John 8. You can just rock out on that a little bit too. I just go to 15 the point, but just so we can know what's going on.
Khan, this is St. John chapter 8 and verse 1. It says, "Yahushua went into the Mount of Olives, and early in the morning he came again into the temple, and all the people came unto him, and he sat down and taught them. And the scribes and Pharisees brought unto him a woman taken in adultery, and when they had set her in the midst, they say unto him, Master, this woman was taken in adultery in the very act. Now Moses in the law commanded us that such should be stoned. But what sayest thou?" This they said, tempting him, says that they might have to accuse him. But Yahushua stooped down with his finger, wrote on the ground as though he heard them not. It says, "So when they continued asking him, he lifted up himself and said unto them, He that is without sin among you, let him first cast a stone at her. And again he stooped down and wrote on the ground. It says, and they which heard it, being convicted by their own conscience, went out one by one, beginning at the eldest, even unto the last. And Yahushua was left alone, and the woman standing in the midst. When Yahushua had lifted up himself, and saw none but the woman, he said unto her, Woman, where are those thine accusers? Hath no man condemned thee? She said, No man, Lord. And Yahushua said unto her, Neither do I condemn thee. Go and sin no more. Then spake Yahushua again unto them, saying, I am the light of the world. He that followeth me shall not walk in darkness, but shall have the light of life. The Pharisees therefore said unto him, Thou bearest record of thyself, thy record is not true. Sheesh. They don't even know who they talking to, man. Verse 14, Yahushua answered and said unto them, Though I bear record of myself, yet my record is true. For I know whence I came and whither I go, but ye cannot tell whence I come and whither I go. Says verse 15, Ye judge after the flesh, I judge no man.
Yeah, so that's what it boiled down to. You know what I'm saying? Because they was trying to take away the righteousness of the righteous from them. You know what I'm saying? That's ultimately what these scribes and Pharisees were trying to do, trying to find a way to say that Yahushua was wrong for his teaching methods and his his preaching. You know, like, oh, that's not right. You're not judging according to what judgment is supposed to be. But he said, my judgment is true because I judge according to the Spirit. You know, and that's how we're supposed to judge. We're supposed to be spiritual men. We're supposed to be stewards. We're supposed to be representatives of Yahushua and Yahweh. So we're supposed to judge according to the Spirit, not according to the flesh. You know, worried about the face of man, what people think about us, like what kind of status somebody got. You know what I'm saying? What they got going on, their history. You know, none of that stuff matters. You know what I'm saying? What matters is what Yahushua told us to do and how they want us to be thinking and judging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's beautiful. That's a beautiful point. Yeah, because a lot of people judge according to history. That's why they won't hear a matter, because the scripture talks about you got to hear the whole matter.
Bro.
A lot of people won't hear a matter just based on the history of a person, but you can't do that. You know, you can't judge that way.
Bro. That's why this account was written. You know what I'm saying? Like a lot of Christians, they cast the first stone in the wrong context. You know what I'm saying? But it was written for us to understand. Like, look, you know, we on a different wave now. You know what I'm saying? Like, start to judge more properly. You know, like fully look into things. Don't be, you know, Jake want to pick up the stone immediately. That's how Jake think. Like, oh, okay, you did something wrong. We heard about it. It's wrong. Oh, you did what? Kill him. You know what I'm saying? Instead of like looking into what's fully going on and the circumstances and you know all things that come with it. You know, that's what a righteous judge is supposed to do. You know, you're just supposed to be so quick to just, oh, it's over with. You know what I'm saying? Judgment done. You know, Yahweh Shemashah, he didn't do us like that. He could have been wiped us out. You know what I'm saying?
Bro.
And we supposed to think like that. You know what I'm saying?
They're saying Proverbs 18 and 13. You're supposed to hear a whole matter through. So
Proverbs 8 and 13.
Yeah, 18 and 13.
It
says that he that answered before he heareth a matter.
You
know, it's shame to folly.
Oh yeah, get that one real quick, bro. Oh, sure.
This is in Proverbs chapter 18, in verse 13. It says, He that answereth a matter before he heareth it, it is folly and shame unto him.
Yep. Before you hear a matter and you just want to give an answer and you don't want to hear it through, that's folly. That's foolishness and it's a shame. You know, that's a shame. It's not nothing to feel great about.
Good.
You know?
That's not ruling well.
Man, they ain't got nothing to do with judgment either. You know what I'm saying? Foolishness ain't got nothing to do with judgment, man. You know?
Kind of reminds me of an account, not to go too deep, but it was an account where like a certain brother was kind of like aired out. You know how they got flavor of the weeks and stuff? And, you know, a certain brother aired a brother out without hearing the whole matter, you know, and then he had to kind of retract himself.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
You know what I'm saying? That's something that we can't be doing that, man. It says it's folly and shame unto him.
God. You don't want to bring no folly and shame unto you. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
This man that got knocked off for bringing folly to Israel.
Yeah, because he wrote folly in Israel. Yeah, yep.
You can bring folly and get yourself knocked off and others.
Sheesh.
That's a scripture talk. We should probably pull that too.
I got a quick one too.
Rock folly.
You guys talk about
Nah, what you got?
1 Corinthians 4, and I'll just read 5.
Con. 1 Corinthians 4 and 5.
Mm-hmm.
It says, therefore, judge nothing before the time, until the Lord come, who both will bring to light the hidden things of darkness, and will make manifest the counsels of the hearts, and then shall every man have praise of Yahweh Bashim Hashai.
And that's what it's all about, because Yahweh Shemi Shai is the judge, man. You know what I'm saying? He is the judge. You know what I'm saying? We're just judges. You know what I'm saying? We're like what's the people that work for the judge? Like district attorneys. What you gonna say?
I was gonna say this court stenographer.
Oh, that. You know what I'm saying?
Record.
Paralegals.
Yeah, we're just like prosecutors. You know what I'm saying? Well, not even prosecutors, so to speak. You know, just, well, yeah, you can say that. We bring the case to you. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not actually the judges. We're just judges of, like, okay, what we know. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Paralegal.
yeah, kind. You know what I'm saying? So, ultimately, Yahweh Shema Shai, he is the judge, you know? So, we're not supposed to judge nothing before it's time. You know, what's before the time, before Yahweh Shema Shai decides the case. You know what I'm saying? We just, like, bring what we know from the case. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, Yahweh Shema Shai, he could judge us. Just like if you bring the wrong, like a paralegal or different type of representative, they bring the wrong information, they could be judged based upon that. You know what I'm saying? So you can't just bring a judgment before it's time. Like, let the judge hear it out first. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because the scriptures talk about, you don't want to, accuse people wrongfully.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
Yeah.
you can wrongfully accuse people. You can be a
Talebearer.
Bear false witness.
Bear false witness. Bear false witness.
False accuser.
Slander.
I had a whole lesson on that.
God.
You can't be a false witness.
That's-
False, you can't bear false witness. A witness in the courtroom is a person that says, "Hey, did X, Y, and Z happen?" You can't bear false witness. Even in Esau's system, you can be punished for
Hell
doing that.
yeah. That's a heavy crime.
Not. Not. Yep, that's a spirit. Because before you said that, I was just gonna say, like scripture say, out of the mouth of 2-3 witnesses, the word is established. You know, that it's like that for a reason. You know what I'm saying? It can't just be one person saying something and then that's judgment.
Right,
You know what I'm saying? Plus it's Yahweh Shai, you know.
Right,
That's right,
Yep.
man. If that's the end on that, can we go to wisdom?
I got another quick one, if I may, just a quick one. 1 Peter, Salaki, brother. 1 Peter 2, and I'll just read 23.
1 Peter 2 and 23
Khan,
says, who, when he was reviled,
speaking of Yahweh Shai.
reviled not again, when he suffered, he threatened not, but committed himself to him that judgeth righteously.
Right, because Yahweh Shai even understood, like Yahweh Shema Shai, he gonna bring to manifest the hidden counsels. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna bring manifest whatever, the judgment, the ultimate judgment needs to be. So I ain't gotta revile back. I don't have to threaten back. I don't have to put out a sentence. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm just gonna commit myself to him who judges righteously. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not gonna judge you after the flesh, after the things that you're doing. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, Yahweh Shema Shai gonna take care of it. You know what I'm saying? Like ultimately, I know you're wrong. You know what I'm saying? But I'm not gonna be like, since I know you're wrong, I'm finna like smash on you because of it. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't know what Yahweh Shema Shai's purpose of him doing wrong was for. You know what I'm saying? Like, because he's gonna judge righteously. Somebody could be in ignorance. Somebody could be have a purpose of why they're doing something. It could be a multitude of reasons why something is happening. So that's why you're just supposed to just put forth a judgment right then and there. You know what I'm saying? Just like even those who was stoning Stephen. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't Stephen understood that. That's why he committed himself unto him who judged righteously. He just prayed for them. You know what I'm saying? Because he understood that it could be somebody who in ignorance right now. You know what I'm saying? So like,
And part of becoming a great judge is witnessing miscarriages of justice. We've witnessed miscarriages of justice in these captivities, man. So we've seen it, and then we've suffered wrongfully. We've seen people suffer wrongfully, and that makes you a better judge, man. It makes you so that you can carry out judgment better. You know what I mean? Because that's why the scripture talks about when you see violent violence and perverting of justice
in the city.
Don't worry, because
Yeah.
there's one that's greater than he that's watching. Because ultimately, the Most High sees all.
Yep.
You know what I mean? And ultimately, he wants you to see it. He wants you to witness. He wants to subject you to that type of stuff, so that they can make you a better judge, man. You see violence and miscarrying of justice makes you a better judge in the world.
That's nice. Dog, you'll get that one too, Kabar? Ecclesiastes 5 and 8.
Yep. This is in Ecclesiastes chapter 5 in verse 8. It says, "If thou seest the oppression of the poor and violent perverting of judgment, injustice, and a province, marvel not at the matter, for he that is higher than the highest regardeth, and there be higher than they."
Yes, you see, there's corruption going on. We've witnessed this corruption going on and perverting of justice, but it's one that is higher than the highest, and he's seeing it and he regards it, man. You know, and ultimately the Lord is going to put somebody over the earth that's profitable, which is not going to do those things. But you have to be a fitting judge, man. In the meantime,
If you want to be one of them, man, it's gonna be set up over this profitable. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You got to show that that you're worthy of being that. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be a judge. Like, you gotta, like, even judges, they go through law school, they go through, college. You know what I'm saying? They got to go through I'm pretty sure some kind of judge classes. Like, there's a lot of
preliminary stuff.
Preliminary things they got to do before they can become a judge.
Definitely, they gotta go to law school. Definitely.
Con.
Yep.
They got to understand all facets. You know what I'm saying?
Right. All them codes.
Because ultimately, a judge has discretion. A judge has discretion. He has things that he has to decide. Ultimately, he has to make the right call. According to the law.
Right.
That but ultimately, he has to make the right judgment call on whether or not with people's lives. You know what I mean? So, that's just another facet of it.
I got another one too, which is a quick one. Isaiah 42. So, just to back up another point you were saying, Corrupt, about how we done witnessed a lot of miscarriages of justice and sufferings of our people wrongfully. You know what I'm saying? So the reason these things happen so we can judge better.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of that stuff happened to us so we can learn proper judgment.
Yep.
Isaiah 40:2. "Speak ye comfortably to Jerusalem, and cry unto her, that her warfare is accomplished, that her iniquity is pardoned, for she hath received of the Lord Yahweh's hand double for all her sins."
So that's what we're supposed to understand. You know what I'm saying? You're supposed to, that's how you judge properly. Because now you could, I got to judge with comfort. I got to judge with gentleness. I got to judge with mercy. I got to judge with courteousness and pitifulness. You know what I'm saying? Because ultimately, we have received double of all the sins that we have done. You know what I'm saying? So they're supposed to give us in our mind, and they're supposed to give us a direction with our judgment, like understanding everything our people have been through. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh shit, I ain't finna just smash on him. He been getting smashed on his whole existence. You know what I'm saying? I ain't finna just push something down his throat. That's all he used to. You know what I'm saying? Like, I ain't finna just say he wrong. That's all he goes through. You know what I'm saying? That's what a judge would think. Like, damn, look at everything they done been through. Look, you gonna consider all things that come with stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. You can come from a position of I feel your pain. Instead of the outside looking in, you could be like, I understand because of a personal experience. You know what I mean? It becomes more personal to you. It becomes more personal. From there, can we go to Wisdom 12 and 19?
This is in the book of Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 12, and verse 19. It says, "But by such works hast thou taught thy people that the just man..."
About to start up a little bit because I was just reading.
Go.
Ooh-wee.
Can we start from 17 and read the 19?
It says, verse 17, "For when men will not believe..."
Might have to start up a little bit.
little
Yeah, you
more.
might have to go up a little bit more. It's a lot. probably just start at 13. Baba Kasha.
This is
It's fucking chapter
Wisdom.
banging out.
It is nice though.
Wisdom 12 and 13 says, "For neither is there any power but thou that careth for all, says to whom thou mightest shew that thy judgment is not upright."
So you have to care for all. That's how you show that your judgment is not unright. You know what I'm saying? That's following after Yahweh Shemel Shah. You know?
Mhm.
Yeah, good.
But I just wanted to say that you have to even have care of your beasts. You know what I mean? That's being a righteous judge. You even have to have care of your beasts. Because a lot of people want to mash on the heathen, but part of being a righteous judge is you even have to have care for your beasts. Because right now, Esau doesn't have care for his beasts. You know what I mean? But we have to have care for our beasts because we were in a beast-like state. Lord Yahweh Shai had care for us. You know, we were in a beast-like state. You know what I mean? So you have to have care of your beasts. Because then King David said, "I was a beast before you." You know, so we can be beasts before the Heavenly Father, but He had care for us.
Well, the scripture teaches about how you're supposed to treat your servant. You can't just smash on your servant. You know what I'm saying? And then another point on that, Isaiah 61, which you brought out earlier, when they're speaking about us being the ministers of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. When you read down the next verse, it tell you about how we're going to be over the Gentiles, and our seed is going to be known amongst the Gentiles. Why? Because we're the ministers of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. We judge righteously. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's going to put us over the Gentiles, man.
That's right. That's right.
You know, you're a good master. You're a good judge. You know.
And another good point to that is that's why the people are going to rejoice when the righteous are bear rule. Because they're going to be judging the beast. They're going to be judging everybody the right way.
The proper way, They ain't just going to be smashing on them just because they're a beast.
Right.
That's a hell of a point, yep. This guy's cold.
Verse 14, "Neither shall king or tyrant be able to set his face against thee for any whom thou hast punished. For as much then as thou art righteous thyself, thou orderest all things righteously, thinking it not agreeable with thy power to condemn him that hath not deserved to be punished."
Yeah, that's not agreeable with righteousness, man. You know what I'm saying? Because when you go into righteousness, righteousness goes into justice, man. You know what I'm saying? What's true justice? The right thing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, not just you can't have righteousness without justice. It has to be fair. It has to be equitable. It has to be righteousness. You know what I'm saying? It has to be right. You know.
Yeah.
Like if something is somebody getting condemned unjustly or somebody getting punished undeservingly, then you're not. That's not righteousness, man. You can't mix that with righteousness, man. And then be like, "Oh, okay, it's a mistake." No, and so you wicked. You're being wicked. You know what I'm saying? Like, my fault. I'm still righteous. It was just a slip up. You know what I'm saying? But you want to be a judge, though. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's why this place is so wicked out, because they had to overturn a lot of convictions because a lot of people were being wrongfully convicted. You know what I mean? Here, you know, and that's part of the miscarriages of justice that we see. You know, there's a lot of people that spent 20, 30 years of their life behind bars, and then they end up being exonerated due to DNA evidence or whatever, and they come out that they ain't even the ones that did it. You know what I'm saying? But we had to see certain stuff like that happen. You know what I mean?
So,
Yeah.
verse 16, "For thy power is the beginning of righteousness, and because thou art the Lord of all, it maketh thee to be gracious unto all. For when men will not believe that thou art of a full power, thou shewest thy strength, and among them that know it, thou makest their boldness manifest." Verse 18, "But thou, mastering thy power, judgest with equity, and orderest us with great favor, for thou mayest use power when thou wilt."
That's how you master your powers, by judging with equity, man. You know what I'm saying? That's that lesson we did, megalomaniac. You know, so you can't be a megalomaniac just because you got the power to judge. You just go crazy. I'm just like, "Oh, you motherfuckers gonna get, I'm sending all you bitches to Pelican Bay." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, God, you're supposed to judge. You're supposed to have power under control, like we always speak
God.
about.
God.
There's one more verse.
It says 19, "But by such works hast thou taught thy people that the just man should be merciful, and hast made thy children to be of a good hope, that thou givest repentance for sins."
Yeah, so you taught we're learning from the work master here, man. You know, ultimately, the wisdom is the ultimate worker. Most High is the work master. You know what I mean? So we're learning from the work master, and he's teaching us to basically to be merciful, man. Be merciful men as we do, you know, merciful judges. You know what I mean?
That's what makes a good judge, man. Mercifulness, man. You know what I'm saying? Pity, man. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You know, one person, like just in Esau's system, you know what I'm saying? Somebody did a crime, they got their first gun. You know what I'm saying? Like in New York or something, you didn't get 5 years, man. You don't know what the situation was, man. Somebody could have planted a gun on him, forced him to hold it, anything. You know what I'm saying? But he was in possession of that gun. He got to go do 5 automatic. This is first time getting in any trouble, anything. You know what I'm saying? You just gonna get this man 5 years, man?
Yep. Yeah, they used to railroad people, man. A lot of the laws, it was called Project Exile, broken windows and stuff like that. They had certain things like this on the books because they was basically using law, you know, to basically mash on people.
Mm.
You know, like they use little stuff like broken windows. They use a small thing to try to you know, to try to get bigger, trump up major charges.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That's Esau shit, man.
Mm-hmm.
Bro.
Can we go to let's backtrack. Let's go to Deuteronomy 1:16. Just to get the foundation from the beginning how it's supposed to be.
Gone up. This is in the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 1:16. And I charged your judges at that time, saying, hear the causes between your brethren, and judge righteously between every man and his brother, and the stranger that is with him.
17 as well.
It says, verse 17, ye shall not respect persons in judgment, but ye shall hear the small as well as the great. Ye shall not be afraid of the face of man, for the judgment is the Most High's. Which says Elohim. It says, in the cause that is too hard for you, bring it unto me, and I will hear it.
So that's how it's supposed to go, man. You know, you're not supposed to show respect of persons in judgment. And, you know, a lot of times they do that in this society. They show respect of persons. If you're rich, you get special treatment.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you can have something like Teenage Island, or whatever the hell that was.
Oh, okay.
Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah. You can have, and as long as you're big wig with some paper, the rules don't necessarily apply to you.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? That's not supposed to be so in Israel. We don't give a damn what you got going on.
Unrighteous decrees.
He that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong that he have done, and there is no respect of persons.
Right.
And another point to that is you're supposed to hear small as well as the great. You know, you're supposed to judge because the scriptures talk about that, man. So it's about if you can't judge such small matters. Don't you know that you're going to be judges of the earth?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to be judging angels.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
That's on the list, right?
Pretty sure it is. I might jump the gun.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. Yeah, definitely. That's a must. You gotta get that.
So,
Because we talking about being judges of the earth, man. Most High has, the princes of the power, Yasha'Allah, Israelites. Particular men who's going to judge righteously, man. And we see the accounts of times. I was thinking of that one with Solomon. You've been talking about that a couple times. When it was the two women that was arguing over that baby. You know what I'm saying? Figuring out whose baby it was. Like it's Maury or something. And Solomon was like, hey, cut the baby in half. He ain't do that. He actually did that for a reason. You know what I'm saying? He examined the matter. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't just looking to kill babies,
brother. Yeah. And I love to say the way he got to the bottom of that matter is he used love. Because he saw the woman that showed the most love toward that child. Man. So a lot of times, by being judges, you can let love direct your judgment.
Yeah, I ain't moving it on. I'm gonna tell you brothers after this video. Lord will I remember. I'm gonna tell you brothers.
Okay.
You want to get that 1 Corinthians 6, or you want to just wait? That was
Yeah. Since I said it, we might as well segue into it. But actually, you know what? I had another one in Deuteronomy, but I can go back to it.
Okay. This is in 1 Corinthians 6th chapter, in verse 1. It says, dare any of you, having a matter against another, go to law before the unjust and not before the saints.
And that's what our people do. They go before the unjust instead of the saints, man. You know, somebody wronged you or do something, you'd be like, man, you want to take it to Caesar. You know what I mean? You want to go to Caesar for it.
Verse 2. Do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
Yeah, a lot of people think they're under the guise that only God can judge me because we got Tupac that basically made that phrase popular. I mean, and people are sadly mistaken. They thinking that that
You can't judge at all.
Yeah. God, that you can't judge. Shoot, man, like judgment is gonna be going forth in the kingdom. It's gonna be coming from the judges of the earth.
Yeah, your ass ain't gonna be doing nothing wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, and plus you want to be told if you're doing something wrong. You know what I'm saying? If you're doing the wrong thing, because you're gonna be headed. You finna head to destruction. You know what I'm saying? The thing about it is, if you know somebody doing wrong and they're headed to destruction, you just leave it alone because of their status or whatever the regard is to it. Just like I was gonna make a quick point, so like your brothers in 1 Timothy 5, when they talk about let the honors that rule well, in that chapter it's talking about elders. So in that first verse, it say rebuke not an elder. It's not telling you can't rebuke an elder. You can rebuke an elder, but this is the guidelines of how it has to be. If you're rebuking the elder, right, because even when you read down in verse 20, it say them that sin rebuke before all. It's talking about elders. Why? They don't mean just for everybody, because an elder is supposed to be knowing better. So you rebuke him before all, like, bro, he off. You know what I'm saying? Like, if he off, pay attention to what you're on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
This is how you properly do it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Right. And if you look at that account, that word rebuke is a different word for rebuke. So obviously, it's not just saying you can't rebuke.
Right.
It's just saying how you do it.
Right.
You can't do it in the form of chastising your elder, man.
That would be contradictory to what we just read in Deuteronomy 1. You know what I'm saying? You don't supposed to have no respect of persons. You know?
Yep.
Rule with respect.
I got a quick one too, if I may. Did I cut you off, Corral?
There's more meat on there.
Salaki.
Hold on.
Yeah, you got it. I get it.
It says, verse 3, read 2 again. This is heavy. It says, do ye not know that the saints shall judge the world? And if the world shall be judged by you, are ye unworthy to judge the smallest matters?
What's the word world there?
Cosmos.
Yep. Because what Yahushua said in Matthew the 19th chapter, yea, that follow me, and a real generation shall sit on the 12 thrones, judging the 12 tribes of Israel. You know what I'm saying? So this is a heavy thing that's going to be brought forth to those who do the right thing, who judge righteously, man. You know what I'm saying? They're going to be able to judge the nation of Israel. Like, the nation of Israel, these are the top chief spirits on the planet. You know what I'm saying? So you're going to be able to judge them. Well, you better be doing it properly right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, according to how you can. You know what I'm saying?
Kinda. Yeah, it starts here, man. Repenting, being converted, being renewed in the mind, trying to become more just, man. More fair. That's what it really goes into, being fair. Most High is fair.
Good.
In regards to the beast, you got it.
I was going to say, we read it in Wisdom 12. You know what I'm saying? He mastered his power by judging with equity.
This is, know ye not that we shall judge angels? How much more things that pertain to this life? We shall judge angels, man. That's heavy. So we know they ain't talking about this type of judgment. Oh, that was judgment. Are you going to judge angels now?
It's more than one judgment, man. It's more than judgment than judgment. You know what I'm saying? It's judgments that really make up judgment. It ain't just the judgment, Judgment is more than death.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
We're going to judge in that 3.
In the Greek, krino, it says to separate, put asunder, to pick out, select, choose. It says to approve, esteem, prefer. There's a few in here. It says to be of opinion, deem, think, to be of opinion, to determine, resolve, decree.
That's nice.
It goes into to judge, which means to pronounce an opinion concerning right and wrong.
That ain't got nothing to do with death, man. You know what I'm saying? Everything ain't about death, man.
Yeah, God, bro.
Our power is not the God of the dead, but the God of the living, man.
That's right.
Mm-hmm.
Rewind that.
It says, verse 4, it says, if then ye have judgments of things pertaining to this life, set them to judge who are least esteemed in the church.
So this not even supposed to, like, bro, if you're gonna be judging angels, then you could get somebody that's of low level, a young brother. He could judge a right. You know what I'm saying? And that's really how it be. A lot of times, the younger brothers who not really got the most prestige, they judge righteously because they ain't worried about what nobody think of them or how nobody look at them or what their status is, because they on a low level. You know what I'm saying? That's why you're supposed to be humble. You know, so you can judge righteously. You know what I'm saying? You get puffed up, get too many salutes and shallow arms, you start to feel like you know what I'm saying? You can't nobody tell you nothing, man. And you can tell everybody something, you know?
Mm-hmm.
That's dangerous, scary territory.
Kinda.
Right. It says, verse 5, I speak to your shame. It is so that there is not a wise man among you, no, not one that shall be able to judge between his brethren. But brother goeth to brother, and that before the unbelievers. Now therefore there's utterly a fault among you, because ye go to law one with another. Why do ye not rather take wrong? Why do ye not rather suffer yourselves to be defrauded?
Yeah, and that's what you need to do. You know, you need to rather, take wrong. Take wrong. Suffer yourselves to be defrauded, man. Because this is what Lord Yahweh Shai did, and Lord Yahweh Shai is a great judge. This is what he did. Because oftentimes, it can seem unfair. You know what I mean? But the Lord has all kinds of things stacked up against us. You know what I mean? And we should be killed for it. He's suffering himself to be defrauded. Great judges will do the same. And follow in like manner. You suffer yourself to be defrauded, even though, somebody owes you something. Like we owe the Lord, we owe our Lord blood. You know what I'm saying? But he's been defrauded.
They go into that account in Matthew 18. You know what I'm saying? You thinking it?
Pay me that thou owest. God, I was just thinking about that. Yeah.
Yeah, man.
In Matthew 6, in the Lord's Prayer, it tells you. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're supposed to be praying for. For forgiveness as we forgive our debtors. You know what I'm saying?
God.
That's how it works. And I was thinking of one, I could get it. I was
You
holding
want the Lord to forgive you of your trespasses.
Right.
And that's why he's mastered his power for so long on the vessels fitted for destruction, so we can learn and do the same thing. Like it's a lesson to that. It was a lesson to everything that we went through.
I have a quick one. In Hebrews 8, going to that new covenant, the point is in verse, where is it at? 12. It says, for I will be merciful to their unrighteousness, and their sins and their iniquities will I remember no more. So our Father, Abba Yahweh, all right, is merciful, all right, to unrighteousness, man, to the unjust, okay? Talking about our people, man, talking about the Israelites. The covenant is for all of Israel. He's merciful to all of us, man. One way or another, so we have to apply that if we want to be, righteous judges on this side, man.
Yeah, I wish I told you that in Luke the 6th chapter, man. Be kind to the thankful and the unthankful, to the just and the evil, man. Jake just want to fucking bring the hammer down.
Right.
He don't want to deliberate.
Judge, jury, executioner. He don't want to judge a matter. He wants to bring judgment immediately.
God.
That's that draconian shit.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. But yeah, you're of your father, the devil. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a scary thing, man.
God.
Because we don't want to be false accusers out here.
God, no.
That's why we were bringing out. You want to, judge righteously. You want to hear a matter first. Because false accuser, that means devil. You have your father, the devil.
Accuser of the brethren.
Accuser of the brethren.
And then Proverbs 6, they say that's one of the 6 things that the Heavenly Father hates. A false witness, you know what I'm saying? A lying tongue, you know what I'm saying? Like, some discord among brethren. You know what I'm saying? They're really all going to improper judgment. You know, feet that are swift to do mischief. Damn.
Kind of not. Yeah. Yep, that's why mercy and judgment is so heavy. You know, being merciful and being compassionate. You know, being forgiving. You know, that's what being a righteous judge. You know, that's what it's included, man.
Can you jump back to Deuteronomy 16? We'll read 18 and 19.
Deuteronomy 16 verse. You said start at 18.
Okay.
It says, "Judges and officers shalt thou make thee in all thy gates, which the Lord Yahweh thy power giveth thee throughout thy tribes, and they shall judge the people with just judgment."
This is what's going to happen again.
It says, "Thou shalt not rest judgment, thou shalt not respect persons, neither take a gift, for a gift doth blind the eyes of the wise and pervert the words of the righteous."
What is that rest? Rest.
Oh, kinda. Goes into Hebrew 5186. Natah. Natah means to stretch out, extend, spread out, pitch, turn, pervert, incline, bend, bow.
Pervert and bend. You're not supposed to pervert and bend judgment. You know, bending it for people and pervert it for certain people. And it says, "Now respecter of persons, once again, neither take a gift, for gift doth blind the eyes of the wise, and pervert the words of the righteous." So you
Yeah.
can't rest judgment, sorry.
You know, just being in the flesh, you know, it's not an easy thing. You know what I'm saying? We're not here saying that, like, we look at people and we probably look at them, they probably, you know, they Edomite just because how they look, you know, naturally, you know what I'm saying? But ultimately, we can't allow ourselves, you know, to make that judgment call, you know what I'm saying? Even brothers who we probably learn a lot from, we can't be looking at them so high to where they can't go off. We gotta, you know what I'm saying? We gotta judge righteous judgment, man, top to bottom.
That's right.
The next piece. Lead right into what you just said. That's it on there, Corral? There's more on that?
No, that was it.
Okay, I got a quick, the precept I had go exactly what Kabar just said. 1 Timothy 5 and 21, Salaki, bro.
Con. 1 Timothy, the 5th chapter, and you said 21?
You can read 22 too, but the point 21.
Con. It says, 1 Timothy 5 and 21, "I charge thee before the Most High
Oh man, so this is an order before Yahweh
and the Lord Yahweh Shai HaMashiach
and Yahweh Shai Mashiach
and the elect angels
and the elect angels,
that thou observe these things without preferring one before another, doing nothing by partiality."
Yeah, Khan. So when you read, like we speaking about this chapter, it was talking about elders, like how you supposed to respect elders. So you might have a, you know, because elders just mean an older brother or ancient brother. So somebody that's like older than you, you know what I'm saying, or over you in, you know, the work, for the work's sake or the labors, whatever, you know what I'm saying, you look at them so highly, you be like, man, I ain't saying that to him, even if they going off. You can't do that. You know what I'm saying? This is a charge before Yahweh Bashem, Yahweh Shai, and the elect angels that you don't do this, man. You know what I'm saying? Like you have to call somebody out if they going off. You know what I'm saying? Point blank period. Now you do it respectfully. You know what I'm saying? Because the law tell you should not rise up before the hoary head. You ain't just finna just jump up on an older man and just be like, "What's up?" You know what I'm saying, nigga? You know what I'm saying? Like you better like come respectfully with it. You know what I'm saying? But it's a charge for you to judge properly, man. You know what I'm saying? Regardless who the hell somebody is, man. If you going off, you said something off, it's off, man. You know what I'm saying? Like point blank period. Like I'm sorry, but it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's right. There's more than that?
Yeah, you read 22 as well, Baba Kasha.
It says, "Lay hands suddenly on no man, neither be partaker of other men's sins. Keep thyself pure."
And that's what happens when you just let stuff ride. When people going off, regardless who they is, then you become a partaker of what they doing, man. You know what I'm saying? Because if you allowing it, you know what I'm saying, then you with it. Like you're it's just like what's guilty by association. Like Esau got something like if somebody do a murder, you didn't necessarily do the murder, but you was with them while they did it. You charged them with the murder too.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Con. Yep,
Come on, brother. There's more on that, or that was it?
that was it.
Come on, brother. Can we grab that, can we grab that Genesis 50 account? Genesis 50 and 15.
Con. This is in the book of Genesis, chapter 50, and verse 15. It says, "And when Joseph's brethren saw that their father was dead, they said, Joseph will peradventure hate us, and will certainly requite us of all the evil which we did unto him." Keep going.
We're gonna read all the way to 21.
Con. It says, "And they sent a messenger unto Joseph, saying, Thy father did command before he died, saying," verse 17, "So shall ye say unto Joseph, Forgive, I pray thee now, the trespass of thy brethren, and their sin, for they did unto thee evil. And now, we pray thee, forgive the trespass of the servants of the power of thy father. And Joseph wept when they spake unto him."
And you know, this just a little context here. Joseph was made governor over all of Egypt. You know, he was made governor over all of Egypt, which means he was in a rulership position. You know, and this is, I just wanted to make a point of how he behaved, even though he was in a rulership position, even though he was in a position of authority.
Right. And he got done dirty by his bros.
That's right.
It says, "And his brethren also went and fell down before his face, and they said, Behold, we be thy servants. And Joseph said unto him, Fear not, for am I in the place of Yahabashim Haushai? It says, But as for you, ye thought evil against me, but Yahabashim Haushai meant it unto good, to bring to pass, as it is this day, to save much people
And
alive."
you see, this goes back to the point that Tazakah was making, where Lord Yahushua, he didn't do evil for evil, because ultimately you don't know what the Most High has in store. You know, you don't know his plan. You know what I mean? And what Joseph was bringing out here was, he was saying, like, you know, ultimately the Most High used this for good, to save much people alive. And I think there's a little more. 21.
It says, "Now therefore fear ye not, I will nourish you and your little ones." And he comforted them and spake kindly unto them.
Yeah, so he nourished them. He nourished them, man. You know, he requited he did evil. Well, evil. They did evil, but he requited it with good. You know, and that's what good judges do. You got something?
Precept. So cute. I just caught something. I never thought about this.
Okay, come.
And it go perfect with the lesson too. Amos 5 and 15. Look, brothers know this precept, but this, wow, this is amazing. Dog.
It goes with the
It go exactly with that account. I never knew that. And it go with this lesson. It's fucking flames, dog. Gee whiz.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 5, and verse 15. It says, "Hate the evil and love the good, and establish judgment in the gate. It may be that the Lord, Yahweh, power of hosts, will be gracious unto the remnant of Joseph."
To the remnant of Joseph. The remnant of Joseph are those who judge righteously. You know what I'm saying? The remnant of Joseph is those who, because ultimately, you ain't got to be of the northern kingdom to be a remnant of Joseph. You
It's
could
like
be
saying the house of David.
exactly,
Okay.
exactly. You know what I'm saying? Hate the evil, love the good, establish judgment in the gate. You know what I'm saying? That you may be gracious, that you may receive grace. You be gracious so that you may receive grace. You know, just like Joseph did. You know.
I wanna stop it and then start over.
Okay, Khan.